This is a page on my website that discusses Facebook page brand examples. What a page is a little bit different from a personal profile. People have personal profiles and they become friends with each other on Facebook. People become friends with other people. That's how Facebook connects two people together. And just like anything in life, I recommend you choose your friends wisely. But a friend is simply an electronic connection on Facebook. Pages are the things that you like on Facebook. So the only relationship that a Facebook page can have with another user is if that user chooses to like their page. So it's a little bit different that way from the types of things that people might look at a little bit differently. So those are some challenges with some things with working on Facebook. So these are some examples of pages: Coca-Cola, Disney, my State Farm agent, my dog. So there's lots of different things you can have in using a page. And the reasons why people use a page are for marketing or promoting themselves on Facebook. Because in order to advertise on Facebook, and Facebook generates a lot of revenue from advertising, they're free to use, the pages, as well as a personal profile. But if you have a big community, like 2 billion users, which is what Facebook has, and advertisers want to reach those users, advertisers are willing to pay to promote a message out there. So those are some things that reasons why people use pages on Facebook. Now, the Facebook link I have up here in my next tab is my profile a little bit. And so you can see that my name, I have search box, I have a few other things that I have available to me that I can utilize. And there's some content coming in. Tom Reynolds, which is a friend of mine, is a great photographer. He loves taking bird photographs and goes out in all kinds of wild areas. And he's been doing photography for a long time. So that's your personal page. And you'll see this icon here with a little flag. When you see this flag icon up here, that's typically where you will see the page settings. Okay. This page icon indicates that you've got pages in your account. I actually have a couple of pages. So if I click on my pages icon, I will see the 3 pages that I have. There's my Bobology page, there's Seal Beach Maggie, and she has more likes than my own brand page. And then I created a page for a class called Lovable Pets. We're going to create a page now, but this icon lists your pages. Now, it's much easier, I've found, if you're not real familiar with navigating around Facebook, to navigate on the desktop version first. As you learn things, then you'll be able to find them on the mobile version. You can get to all of these tools on the mobile version, but they're on the desktop version as well, and it's easier to find them. So how in the world do you create a page? You logged into Facebook. You typically have your username and password that you have set up, and then you want to be able to navigate around and make that page work. So what you do is you go to facebook.com/pages, and that creates a blank page for you. It's where you go to create it. So it's facebook.com/pages. And that's true of all pages. It doesn't matter what you do. Now, if you want to, you can create a page independently of your own account. You generally have an email and a password that keeps you logged into Facebook whenever you open your browser. And that login is how you access Facebook. That's your login information on Facebook. But you can have a personal profile, and people have friends. Pages can be liked, but there's a difference in terms of privacy. With people, Facebook friends, things are shared privately, and you do have privacy options in how you share things as a person. On a page, everything is public on the internet so that you can't hide anything on a page. So don't do anything on a page that you would want to create for a personal activity. So no one will know who you are. No one will know where you live. No one will know any personal information about you. They'll just know that you're a page. So here's the page information that I have. Now I can always go back to my home page, my personal home page, because Facebook keeps this navigation open all the time. But I'm on the create a page function. So I have to create a page name. I created a page. I thought of this idea, Indoor Plant Club. And it could be and then I have to pick a category. This can be the name of your business, brand, or organization, or a name that explains what the page is about. Indoor Plant Club kind of says it, but it could be a business or it could be a club. Okay, so now I pick a category. So I'll say a florist. Okay, and then I can add a description. We love indoor plants and offer a club membership to help people take care of them. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. You can always go back and edit these. So I've got this, there's a character limit of 255 characters in the description. So you can't add anything more. Okay, so those are some options that you have available when you create a page. Now, I have the ability to look at this preview here. This is a desktop preview, and more websites are doing this. They're showing you what your page will look like as a desktop view and also what it looks like in a mobile view. And in the upper right corner here, there are two icons. One's for a desktop, one's for a smartphone. So this shows you what the page will look like, and it's already added Indoor Plant Club Florist here. Okay, and it'll show you this is, and it shows the about information. The reason the about information is limited to 255 characters is because that generally shows up on the home page when people go to visit your page on Facebook. Now, I don't have to do much more to this. I can just click on the create page icon down here in the lower left-hand corner, and my page gets created. I hope. Let's see if it's going. So now we've got a page. So now it says Indoor Plant Club was created. Now you can add images or go to your page to add more details. Okay, thanks very much. Okay, so how do I add images? Well, here's an image icon area here, so I can add a profile picture. So I click on the profile picture is this little one that shows up in the round area. That's what shows up whenever you post a status update. It's the picture, and the name here, Indoor Plant Club, will show up. So I created a couple of pictures here for my desktop, and I'm just going to go and add them. You can't see this part, but I'm going to choose one here that I created, and it's loading. There's my plant, and then I'm going to add a cover photo. The cover photo is this big area right here, and it may not be exactly to the dimensions you want. So I had a background photo I found, and it's loading up here, and I may have to move it around to reposition it in some way. So come on, load up, finish up here. And there we go. So now I can drag to reposition this. So I can drag it in here, and you can see how in the upper right, it's getting repositioned. You can use any photo you want here. So now I'm done with my name of my page, my category, and I've uploaded a cover photo and a profile photo, and I can save this. Fantastic. Okay, so now I've got a little bit more information up here on the page. There's more that showed up. The page changed on me a lot. So a lot of new stuff shows up here that, okay, what is this? Okay, so I have this new page, Indoor Plant Club. This is my home page for it. I have an inbox. If anybody sends me messages, I can do that. I can manage jobs. I can post job openings. I have notifications for the page, which means things that are being sent to me through Facebook that they want me be alert to. Insights, which tells me how much traffic my page is getting. Publishing tools, the ad center if I want to buy ads, rating on the page quality, some information on editing the page info, and settings. So there's a lot. This is like managing a website within a website for Facebook. So these are some challenges in terms of doing. So one of the things that you can do right away is you can create your own unique username for your page. So what that means is that when people go to your page, you can tell them a random number or something, whatever Facebook assigns. But if you want to create a username, I can see if this is available. I'm going to type in Indoor Plant Club. Now will be at Indoor Plant Club on Facebook, and when people want to find me on Facebook, I can use this as a custom URL. So it's easier to find people on one page and search. People can visit your page at this link, Indoor Plant Clubs, or send you page messages. So it makes it a little bit easier for people to find you. It's not quite the custom URL, but there we've got it. So I don't know why my profile photo. What you notice here is that there's an icon for a photo here, and let's see why it's not showing up. Okay, so there's an I there for the first letter. So let me change this and see what's going on with my profile picture. There we go. I can drag this to reposition and save it, and there it's showing up. But if you don't put a picture in there, it'll just say I. So now I've got a basic page here. I can edit the cover photo if I click on the edit. So you'll see these edit buttons. You can see what here, I've got this. You can see I've got a home page and a lot of other information. Okay, so I don't have much on here. So I'm going to create a post first. That's the first thing I want to do. Hi, welcome to the Indoor Plant Club Facebook page. Nothing fancy. Now, usually you can't say anything, well, like or sign up or things like that. That Facebook doesn't want you to use actions necessarily in your posts. But I'm posting. This is my first post. So you can see here's the post, and there's nobody reached because nobody likes me at this point. But this is actually a live page on Facebook. So let's go through some of these things here that we have. I can see I can add information about services. And I can say something, okay, door plant maintenance. Okay. And I can say, we do indoor plant care for homes and offices. Okay, interesting. Just that's done. You could add a photo. You could indicate appointments. You could add other things if you wanted to. All right. Oh, it has to have a price. Let's set a price of $50. Okay. And now it's something I can save. So you'll get information up here that will show up. Now this will show up in services. So on my home page, I see different things on my home page. Now one of the nice things about Facebook is they do give you a link here. I can view this as a visitor. So what would people see if they visited this page? This is what they'd see. This is what it looks like to a visitor. They would see the cover photo, the profile photo. They could send me a message. So if they wanted to, they could send me a message and I would receive it in my Facebook email. I don't have a specific Facebook email, but I receive it in the email I use to log into Facebook. When I reply, Facebook hides my email from people unless I specifically give them that information. So Facebook doesn't know who I am at this point, other than the fact that I'm Indoor Plant Club. Whenever you post something as Indoor Plant Club, it shows up as Indoor Plant Club. Whenever your profile image shows up, it shows up here, and that's all people will see. Now, as a person, I can interact with my page as well. So I'm on my page. I can add a post. I can check in and do things in another way. But I can also change who I am. Now, you notice that on Indoor Plant Club, there's this post icon here with me as a profile. I can change who I am and become just Indoor Plant Club. So now if I create a post, I can comment as Indoor Plant Club, or I can comment as Bob Cohen. I have multiple personalities now on Facebook. And this is what gets confusing to people, is that you have a personal profile, which is you as a person, and you have friends. But if you create a page, you have this other identity on Facebook. And it's something that's totally separate from you as a person, even though you might be doing it, you might be adding content, you might be contributing things to it, but it's a totally different personality as far as anyone else in the world is concerned. So this is what people will see. Okay, so if you go to the page on your own later on, that's what you see. So I'm going to exit that view, and this is my editing view. Facebook lets you set up a shop. You can invite friends to like your page. You can add more information about it. If you might be missing some details. So it has some icons here on the left, edit page info. Well, let's see what that wants. Okay, so here's Indoor Plant Club. Here's the username, here's a description, and here's contact information. So if I wanted to put contact information in here for people to join, to be able to contact me, I could put a phone number, I could put an email, here, I could just put my Bobology email here, and I could have a website. I don't. I could have an address if I wanted to give people directions, or I could have a service area. I could say Seal Beach, California, okay, is my service area. I could say I'm always open or permanently closed, and more information if I want to. So you can create a whole a set of information. Those are different things you can add to your page if you choose to. So if you don't put that information on there, no one will know about it. What you're doing on Facebook is you're posting information. So if I go to my Indoor Plant Club homepage here, and I don't care about setting up a shop. If you wanted to, you can. Facebook has a complete store function. I don't want that, so I can click the X. But I can go back to this post I made here that says Indoor Plant Club, tells me it was 18 minutes ago, and you can see this little globe right here that I'm pointing to. That globe tells you that this post is public. That means that it is available for anybody on Facebook and the web to see. If you see a post that just has a profile of people on it, that means it was only shared to friends. So that little icon gives you some information about privacy. Now, like everything else on the web, there are some icons that you may be afraid to click on, but they're useful to tell you things. So I can go over to the right here, and I see these 3 dots. That stands for more in most every function these days. So if I click on the 3 dots, it brings up the tools I have to change this post, to answer some of the questions that came up. I can edit the post, I can delete it, I can turn off notifications. If I had a really popular post and people were liking it a lot and I was just getting tired of reading all the likes, I could turn off notifications if I wanted to. I could change the date of it. I can pin it to the top of the page, or I could do what's called embedding. Embedding gives you the ability to get code from Facebook that generates information. So here's the actual URL of that post, and I could grab that and post it into an email or another web page or other types of information. So that's what I can do with that. That's what embedding is. It's very similar to what you do when you would embed a YouTube video in a message or a post. It embeds it so it's visible. The people can like, comment, or share. It'll tell me how many people reached. It'll also give me what's called engagements. Engagements are when people like, comment, or share. So when people like the comment or like it or comment or share, I will get updates on this information. Now, a page gives you some other types of things you can create. A page gives you the ability to go live on Facebook, create an event. Okay, so an event is like an event within a page within a page. So you can announce an activity, information, a sale, event, or whatever type of thing on your page whenever you want to. So those are things that you can do to create an event, and it's like a page within a page here. It's amazing. So it is a public event hosted. You can create an event name, date, time, and so you can do those things with a page if you want to. That's one type. You can create an offer. So businesses or organizations may want to create an offer. Offers are free, and they're like coupons. So they're a discount offer that can be used. People can share it, and you can use it, and it's free to actually create anytime you want to create an offer. So those are some things you can do with pages that are a little bit different than a few other things. So let me try and get back out of here, go back to my page here. So pages do have a couple of different things you can do from an individual. They're designed for organizations. The Parks and Recreation Department at Los Alamitos and Seal Beach have them. Public nonprofits have them. Government organizations have them. So pages are used for a lot of different reasons other than for marketing itself. Now, the biggest challenge with this whole thing is that you've got something called settings. So settings is a big set of options here. So if I decided after I did all this and I wanted to remove my page, I can go to the bottom here. It says remove page, delete my page, click on edit, and it'll ask me to permanently delete it if I don't want it anymore. But I can use this for other class activity. But I can change the visibility. So if I say, I'm really working on this and I don't want anybody to see it, I can edit this and I can unpublish it so it's not visible to anybody. So these are some options that are available that you can manage. You don't really need to worry too much about them. But what's happening is Facebook's becoming a bigger company, so that they, in case you didn't know it, they own Instagram. So Instagram has a tie-in. So if you're a business or an organization or a nonprofit, a fundraiser activity, you don't advertise directly on Instagram. You advertise through your Facebook brand page. So in order to run an ad on Instagram, you have to start from Facebook. The same thing's going to happen with WhatsApp. I haven't checked out what's going on, but Facebook does own WhatsApp, which is really popular. So you can connect your WhatsApp account to your Facebook brand page. WhatsApp actually it's a messaging service that's used extremely widely around the world. And Facebook actually has a way for organizations to set up a business account of WhatsApp, and eventually they'll probably have ways for creating ads. So guess what? You can send people to WhatsApp from ads you place on Facebook. So some people just like using WhatsApp around the world. So you got to remember, Facebook pages are designed for all sizes of organizations, for somebody casually using it, for somebody that wants to do a lot with it, or for big organizations that have a lot of different things going on. But you can actually sell tickets to events. You can assign other people responsibility to take over your page for you. And so you can support what's called cross-posting on multiple pages. So it's not for everybody, but it's free to exist, to create, and it doesn't require anything anything extra on your part. But the page settings can get very involved. Now, if I go to my pages icon on my Facebook account, you'll see there's my Bobology, there's Seal Beach Maggie. She gets a lot of likes, and you'll see notifications here. If I click on notifications, it looks like Lila's Pets and Gio Roy like Seal Beach Maggie. Okay, that was nice of them to do that. Okay, so, and if I look at the page here, this is my administration of the page. This is the cover photo, the profile image, and I can see what this looks like as a visitor by clicking here and viewing it as a visitor. This is what people will see when they go to visit it. And so once you have a page set up, you can do it. So you can create a page for anything that you want people to like. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. So what is the inbox? One new comment. I don't know whether, I haven't looked at this page for a little while. Facebook has a comment here. Oh, okay, I really liked, oh, okay, somebody liked this, said they're looking very sweet and cute baby. Okay, so Maggie had a voice for a while, and so a friend of mine and I made up, a lot of comments from her as her voice. So that's Seal Beach Maggie. And then on my own page, I typically promote, information that I want people to know about. Whenever I publish an article on my website, I'll put the link here so that people can learn about it. But Facebook's so crowded now that it's really challenging to get organic views from you. If I want to look back at Indoor Plant Club, we can take a look at what notifications, and it tells me I made changes to it. Okay, now I'm the administration, and I changed the username. The settings can get involved, but you don't have to change anything if you don't want to. The standard settings are more than adequate for what you might want to be using for most pages and most activity. And you can always add more information. You're missing details. It'll remind you to add people to like it. It'll give you insights. I just wanted to show you a few things on pages here that you could get involved with, and hopefully I'll be able to edit this recording and have it up on YouTube in a week or so. But I just wanted to give people some exposure to pages and get an idea of what they can do with them. What that is it's access to Facebook's advertising options.
Okay.
So now I can choose a goal, boost a post, promote my page, get more website visitors, or get more leads. These are ads that you buy from Facebook. They're not free. The page itself is free to create, and you can post anything you want to on the page for free. But if you want to advertise, which in some people want to advertise, they would do this. So this says automatically boost your best posts. Let them do the hard work, or I only have one post, and if I get started, it will take me through the advertising options.
Okay.
For spending money. This is where Facebook makes their profit, is when people want to promote a page and get more visibility. And so you can promote your page. That means get more likes. You can advertise to get links to your website. So even if you don't care about taking them to your Facebook page, you can still run an ad that when people click on it, they go to a website. Because Facebook ads show up in the feed of when people are looking at Facebook. And if you want to, you can get more leads. I find that home improvement contractors do pretty well with getting more leads. A lead is a contact. So when somebody fills out some information from you, you want to collect contact information. You can collect it from Facebook or on your website, but Facebook will give you the ability to collect contact information of realtors. Other people use this quite extensively. So they're just different options for advertising, and that's why most people set up a Facebook page, is to be able to advertise and market on Facebook. But there's also a lot of other reasons why people set up Facebook pages. Government agencies, other people want that public presence and visibility. And the advantage of having something on Facebook as a page is that when somebody sees something of yours, they can like it or comment on it or share it, which means they can communicate it to their friends and their social network as well. That's why people do pages. But they're there, they're available for you, and something that I thought people would at least find interesting to know about if they didn't necessarily want to take advantage of it themselves. Okay. Hey, anybody else have any? Henry, are you waving, or you have a question? And so we're going to end on time today. I just thought this would be fun to show you a little bit about it. I had to give myself a refresher. So as I learned something, you learned something as well. So I appreciate that. And thank you for anything as well. And have a good day. And